Well, good morning, everybody out there on YouTube. Hope you're having a wonderful day, morning, evening, if you're tuning in. It's a nice and fresh morning over here in Echuca, and I got a nice early live stream because there's plenty on for the day, so I thought we'd get this out of the way nice and early and move on with the rest of the day. It's going to be a pretty eventful week, I think. And I've got some exciting stuff to share for you guys, for anyone tuning in. So let's jump in. Firstly, I just need to put out our disclaimer that this is not general or financial advice, and we don't take any liability for any results, whether it be negative or positive, that you may incur following this kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's just jump into our trading game, go over our leaderboard. This week was got trapped kind of trying to find the reversals, and yeah, I think that I've probably treaded water the whole week. Went up, went down, not too bad. So still on the Bitcoin and precious metals. I think I did jump into a Euro Swiss yen and Aussie Japanese yen trade as well. And basically it's just come up and down. So hasn't really made too much of an impact. But more in our trading little trading circle, Sophia's really taken some losses. So she's down to 13 grand, which is a bit unfortunate. She had a great run there, like kind of nickeling and diming her way up. And Benjamino Filipino is still hovering around that 5,000 benchmark. He's told me that he's topped it a couple of times, so he's going over, but hasn't, as of yet, been able to solidify that kind of peg above the 5,000. But again, good on him for not giving up, sticking in there. So yeah, I am still in an Aussie Japanese yen trade actually, and I'm shorting it. And let me just see where I entered. I entered at about the 70. Not a really good 76.19. 76.19. I entered, and it's now trading at 75.91. So making a couple of dollars on that one. We'll see if that how that goes for us. So anyway, that's our trading game leaderboard. Not too much changed. Going to keep making small trades on that one. I've got my little strategy. Everyone's got a little strategy. It's kind of nice happening. Anyway, if you wanted to check out the trading game, check out the links below, or join our little leaderboard. It's a nice little bit of fun. Okay, so let's move on. So woke up for the trading this morning, and look at what has happened to our EVFX volume. It dropped all the way down to under 6. It's bounced back up and recovered to about the 7.66 mark. So we're still looking for trades at the moment, but that is a decent drop. There's a fair bit of volatility here, so I don't know if people are reclaiming their faith in the share market or pulling all their money out elsewhere. But anyway, we'll wait to see how this week transpires. I'll go and look at our news. We were pretty good at steering clear of the news last week, and we had some successful trades. So we've got our New Zealand dollar, pound, US dollar, Australian dollar, and US dollar all coming up. So today looks pretty good. I'll just stay away from these pairs. So the euro's looking alright. Maybe a euro Japanese yen kind of pair trade would be nice. So we've gone through our charts. We haven't got any trade signals yet. And I've actually been able to get 27 pairs on my charts. I was able to go through CMC markets and actually find a couple of the pairs that I was missing. I think like the might have been the Swiss yen and the Canadian yen, I'm pretty sure. And I wanted to put these up in alphabetical order as well. Still can't trade the Kiwi yen. That's only in like an exchange kind of currency. I've sent an email off to CMC markets to question why I can't trade the New Zealand yen. I'd really like to have that pair in there, but we've gotten close to our 28 pairs anyway, so that's been good. So what I wanted to show you guys is our account history and also what our account's doing at the moment, because we were pretty successful. We were able to make a couple of successful trades in our pound Aussie and our euro New Zealand, and we also had a pound Swiss trade, and they were all winning trades, which was great. We had we'll go and check them out anyway. We had some news coming up, I think, with our New Zealand, and we exited. We had a take profit here, but we also exited this trade on the 4th of the 8th. So here. Got out here. That was pretty good. That's when our news kind of said, nope, jump out. So we had a nice winning trade. A few pips there. 101 profit. So we made 155 off that one, which was great. And then our pound Swiss. Man, the whole no nonsense thing about the pound Swiss is spot on. That returns so often. I know you can't discriminate with pairs, but this pair is kind, has been kind. So this guy, we got out on the 4th as well. So here, that was good because we actually had an exit signal. So it was either an exit signal here or we had news coming up. One of the two. And then our pound Aussie, I'm pretty sure that was a news related one too. And we exited on the 3rd. Here. Which is pretty good as well. So far the whole strategy is good. We are $300 in profit. So we're 3% in the positive, which is great. So sticking to it. It's been a fairly slow, long, drawn-out process because of volume, and I've been following that fairly vigilantly. Vigilantly. Ugh, it's early. There's no coffee in the system. Alrighty, but the more fun thing that I wanted to kind of show you guys this week, we did do a fair bit of testing, and we tested these 10 indicators, the RSX, the QQE, the iTREND, FX Sniper VS, Arzioma lines, Lehman Trend, Chanda Q Stick, SDL MAM, volatility ratio, and the Spearman. And this one here, our Spearman VS, that was a pretty, even though it still gave a negative result on our default, it was pretty damn good to come in at a negative 589. And this choice of of currency pairs that I've got is, it's pretty brutal. I haven't been able to have any that are positive. The RVI is winning so far with minus $466 in total net profit across these 8 currency pairs. And then this one here, the VQZL, was again under negative 10%. This guy came down negative 5.9. And this guy here too, the Lehman trend, which was a surprising one. And it had a smaller drawdown as well. So, and they're fairly slow, they're slowish indicators. Look, volatility ratio, which, you know, as a C1 indicator, it's probably not the best suited, but for a 500, like, it's operating around the same speed, and you can see like a negative results there. Now the RVI I think was quite a bit quicker. Oh yeah, 3 times as quick, and still pumped out a negative 4.6. So maybe it's just that's a really interesting one actually, because you've got 3 times as many trades, and you know you're only taking profits on 1 ATR. And if it comes back down and takes out your stop loss at 1.5, then that's actually not too bad. Anyway, this guy was the interesting one this week. I have started testing the next week, so onto the MACD, the zero lag MACD have been tested, and quite a big difference in between those two side by side. But yeah, still not great results. So I'll show you what we will be testing this week. I'm doing the Impulse MA mirror, Couscous, S plus a moving average. We'll do the AAS, the top trend, Tricks TMMS bar. Now there are a couple of indicators on here that don't work for a C1. Plugged a couple in. Can't remember which ones it was. I think there was the Arzioma bars and the pre-trend histogram. Pretty sure they don't work. There was a few others that I forgot to mention before as well. But we're almost at the end of the list, which is kind of nice, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, beautiful. So after this next week, we've gone through and done all this testing, and I really wanted to kind of go through and test all these just on like my own little method, just to see what was happening, because I was very excited this week to find something else. And shout out to Chris Hutton again. Man, he just finds content gold when it comes to the no nonsense forex kind of community. I don't know if he's in the Discord or what he's doing, but he's keeping his ear to the ground, and I've been lucky to run into him a couple of times this week. And he, maybe a couple of weeks ago now, sent me a link to this YouTube page on ANZ. He's got another handle as well, and I'm pretty sure that he says it in one of his videos. But these guides here have been exactly what I've been looking for. I said to Chris a little while ago that using the optimizer, especially with this Algo Tester, it would be great with all the data to have a Excel file that would go through and sort them currency pair by currency pair, and then also rank which settings were the best settings once you're actually looking for optimized settings. Now, if people that are watching this for the first time, they're not going to get that. But as far as the no-nonsense forex system goes, and with this Algo Tester, you you're doing so much back testing, and sometimes the data can go, oh, this is getting a bit crazy. So this channel has been able to put out a method, and it's all free open source. So thank you very much to this guy. I've gone on the Discord here and actually thanked ANZ or ANZ for actually making these little videos and that. You can see here we've had a little bit of a chat. Pointed me to this, so this is where the Discord really works. Fantastic to see. And this has, well, it's not only kind of been able to give me a building method of making what I had said to Chris and also to a few others of what I wanted to make to actually sort through the optimization results, but it's also a fantastic method because this guy's running a virtual machine with a macro recorder, and it all happens with one click of a button. So fantastic. And even nicer to see was once you start going through these, finding a C1 indicator, finding a C2, it seemed that even my little testing results seemed to actually churn out a couple of indicators just through this that were worth delving into a bit deeper. So that was really, really cool. So once again, thanks to Chris for running that, for sending me the link to this guy, because I'm going to be putting a bit of time into this to actually make a build. I'm thinking I might actually run a virtual machine. What this guy says about doing it makes a lot more sense. What Anne says. Yeah, so this little video kind of journal has definitely been worth it just in a few people that I've known reaching out and connecting, or at least keeping their eyes out, and just keeping up the conversation on this little journey. And this really has gotten me pretty excited, because what these are doing, the sorting of the data and being able to analyze the data, just helps so much more, because it is a massive pool of information that you get from running this algorithm tester, and this makes it so much more easy to go through and then go and grab outside indicators and throw them into your algorithm. So very, very excited. Hopefully can move forward with this, and we might have a new way of testing after I've done the next couple of weeks. I do want to complete what I have done, so that's done. And then we will move on, and we may, if I can get this working, and it doesn't seem to be any reason why I can't get it working, yeah, get it all happening, then we'll have a lot more data and a lot more, hopefully a lot more success combining a few different indicators as well. I know that this small little algorithm that I've been using so far has actually put me in the positive, which is great, and that's why I wanted to forward test, because, and ANZ, or ANZ, keep flipping his name back and forth, said too that you really want to get into forward testing, and I'm glad I did, because getting up every morning at 6 to check the volume on the EVZ, to get up and check your trades, yeah, it's good. It's a good little routine, and it's good to work. And the money management side of it, I've found, is very important, and it's very hard to kind of back test that unless you're doing it in a really, really slow way. You've got to go back and get historical news. You've got to get historical, like the EVZ volume data. Like, so there's all these other money management factors that you're not really thinking of when you're doing a quick back test. So being able to find these indicators and then go back through thoroughly is, yeah, that's going to be pretty crucial. So yeah, really excited for that. And thanks to those that have been able to help me keep on track and pushing me into better avenues of going through this journey, and the hunt continues. So yeah, that's this week. That's what happened. I'm interested to see what happens with our volume. But regardless, we'll keep pushing on, and if there's no volume, then we can pour some of the time in to do some more testing. So I think that'll just about do us for our live stream this week. Hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I hope you stay well as well. It's pretty crazy times out there. And yeah, I know that there will be people doing it a lot tougher than what I am at the moment anyway. So thoughts goes out to those people. All right. Check back in next week, guys. Let's continue this.